What is still yo, the nation boy, mother.
Have a seat. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I would like to begin by expressing how very grateful I am to join with you today as we converse on the forwardness of our dear nation. I bring you plentiful of patriotic greetings from the behest of Liberia's biggest and foremost political civil rights movement, the CDC Council of Patriots, or CDC-COP for short. We'd like to appreciate the honorable leadership of FOBEL for the role you continue to play. You know, whenever I come to this gathering, the intellectual centers, there is a negative perception that less busy people can be here. But that's not true. This is one of the most conscious places that you can find in any society whatsoever. At intellectual centers, there are professional men and women who have gone to school, who have decent careers. At intellectual centers, you can find medical doctors, you can find teachers, you can find market women, you can find religious leaders. So here, you find everybody here. So that's why for us, when we come here, we are talking to the heart and soul of the nation. Because at intellectual centers, you have people who their family depend on them. Some of you here, many of you here, in your whole family, they depend on you for good quality and informed decision. Everybody at home now, they come in, you come here. The thing that you hear when you go home, the way you transport the information to them, trust me, it shapes the opinion of family. So, as intellectuals, when we gather, it is a very serious matter. So, this is a very good thing for every one of us to be here at all times to contribute to the national discourse. But I was telling a very good friend of mine the other day. Since 2005 to 2026, it's a little over 25 years. We have had the intellectual class intellectualizing debates. But my question to you is, why have we been intellectualizing over the past 25 years? Have we been intellectualizing gas press and black or rare press? Have we been intellectualizing like una road and I'm una road here? Have we been intellectualizing petty issues that have no viable bearings on the forwardness of our nation? When I look at the country today, I believe the intellectual class must do better. I think we must do better. We must rise above the fray and start being mediocratic. For far too long, our debate has been petty. We have argued on not substantive issues. We have argued on red press, on gas press. Nowhere in the world, in no modern democracy, and that red press and gas press can make country develop. It is very much embarrassing that the intellectual class, if there is a political party, it comes to the debate, what we judge people. People have been presumed intellectually guilty before they even talk. Oh, that CDC man. Nothing can make no sense again. No, that's not true. For me, I'm a seditious, but I always tell people I was born a Liberian before being a seditious. I fundamentally disagree with my political party. That is what a decent citizen should do. That's what an intellectual should do. What have we been intellectualizing for the last 25 years? Have we been intellectualizing on the debate on the basis of sentiment and emotions? I want to challenge you. We must start to intellectualize the debate on the basis of facts, on evidence. And evidence is not your friend. It doesn't care about you. Evidence is fact. You can't change it. And if we start to have our conversation on the basis of the fact, on the basis of the evidence, not on the party sentiment. For example, somebody is hungry. Sunday morning, you not start there. Then you tell him, say, they get hungry for but then the message a lot. But I'm not hungry. Because why? He feels obligated to a political party because like a party in power, so he can be hungry. Who tell you that? So I want us as intellectuals to be very careful. We must try to reshape our politics. Our politics should be on the basis of facts, evidence, and truth. You know?
So, Mr. Speaker, let me move there and recognize the presence of the new chair, Sister Committee, and the committee chair.
Thank you. So when we had the opportunity to be here today, we were given a very topic to X-ray and just uphold the workings of the Unity Party government. But like I've come to challenge you and submit to you on the basis of evidence and fact. Because many times, when we just scatter our debate with uncertainty, we just make noise. Then we change nothing. The essence of intellectualism is to disagree to agree. Quite too often, it has always been principle and payload on the basis of only to just disagree. Who tell you that? Who tell you the only essence of being intellectual is you may just disagree? That's not true. For us in the CDC-COP, that is why we are not political people. We are patriotic politicians. And that is the difference. A patriot and a politician. A politician is the person who says that the country should boil because they're not in power. Nothing good not happening. A politician is about his selfish interest. It's silly. When they're not in power, nothing good. That's a politician. It's about him. For patriots, he said no. The country should be better. You must lead according to the fundamental tenets of governance. You must stay in accordance with accountability and the rule of law. So when you are a patriot, you hold your government accountable. That is what we are doing. So for us, we're now angry. We're now hateful. If holding the government accountable is our crime, so be it. But that is our role. Because there must be people who will say, look, listen, this country for far too long have been victims of the tribal politics and the party sentiment. This country for far too long have been victims of the mediocratic politics where people discuss non-substantive issues, red press and gap press. Every year, we're wasting time. We must now elevate to a level where we start talking about the nationalization of mines and energy in the land in the country. Like how country can get rich? No country can get rich on gap press and red press. Like the gold and the diamond. You get accident material since 2011. Do you know how many amount of metric ton of ore accident metal are taken from the country since 2011 from their operation to now? It passed $5 billion United States dollars. Do you know how many are paying taxes to the government of Liberia? Less than 500,000. And we're not angry, we're not versed. We're not versed. Then we say we're intellectual. No, I'm challenging you today. We must start to debate issues that are of huge importance, not the regular party sentiment. Let it be on the basis of the evidence and fact. Then at that point, we'll force our government to be better. We can't have a country, every country in the world that are developed. Somebody was telling me the other day, in Saudi Arabia, we're only getting one thing at oil. People use oil everybody can say our money can finish. Even for one thing, where it's finished. In Liberia, we have gold, we have oil, we have diamond, we have boxer, we have one of the best Arabian fertile land in the world. We got copper. In 2005, Liberia was among the poorest country, the 10th poorest country on earth. In 2005. In 2025, Liberia is among the 10th poorest country on earth. And we not guess. Then we say that we say arguing about rest and gap press here. 25 years ago, it means all successive government now they haven't done well. How is it possible that 25 years ago we are among the 10 poorest country on earth? You almost 25 years ago you are in ABC. 25 years you stay in ABC. Then you say we will be talking about gap prayer and rest prayer. I'm challenging you. I think that lecture will be better. To the conversation. To the conversation. Before we discuss the Unity Party government, it is of huge moral significance that we try to remind ourselves about what led us to today. If you cannot realize the mistakes of yesterday, you will never go forward. Before you critique the Unity Party government, you must understand the basic principles and promises for which Unity Party promised the Liberian people. Then on that basis, it be evidential. Then you draw a visible line of comparative analysis and demarcation for all to see very clearly. Because if you say that they're not getting good, they're not going to be good. And the good game will not report. But you say the bad guy get quote and the good guy get quote, no. A contradiction. During the 2023 general elections, the Unity Party told the Liberian people so many things. The Unity Party promised the Liberian people, the Unity Party will engage the Liberian people on certain basic principles. There were so many deliberate and fabricated lies that emotionally, physically abuse people to believe that the Unity Party was an alternative for the Liberian people. And today, I'm going to be challenging those various lies that you were told, because it becomes important for us to know that they think yesterday I will lie. I told someone the other day, until you undo those lies, you're not going anywhere. One of the foremost lies that Unity Party told the Liberian people, and I'm going to challenge you now on the basis of evidence. Unity Party told the Liberian people that 16 billion were missing here. At the very first thing, when you ask any Unity Party man for an overview or summary of the Unity Party or the CDC administration, rather, they will tell you, say, you also 16 billion here. That was the very first thing. So ask yourself, 16 billion. The podium continue.
Why you are in school when we saw the flagship of operation completion with better like you know entering the computer like also I let the go there recognize the presence of flagship operation at the level of the organization better like you are in the society to
Thank you. We'd like to extend. Yeah. Huh? So thank you very much.
Thank you. After the recognition of the flagship operations at the level of engagement of fellow Liberians, we saw the arrowhead of District 4 Montevideo County, Honorable Jerry K. Yoba, entering the premises of the judge. So we'd like to use this medium to welcome and recognize the presence of our arrowhead of District 4 to the continuation of fellow Liberians. Honorable Jerry K. Yoba, you are welcome to FOBEL.
Thank you very much. It is of huge essence and importance that we appreciate you, Honorable Lawmaker, even though you are just passing by, But on the basis of fact and evidence of the intellectual conversation, he's not just a lawmaker. I think he's the 7th beyond district number 12. Of all of the 72 lawmakers in the House, it is the lawmaker who wrote a very good, decent communication that highlighted and reflected the high University of Liberia graduation fee. Honorable lawmaker, we'd like to appreciate you. You are representing very well your oversight accountability. We'd like to appreciate you. Like I was saying, I'm here today to debate, but not to argue. And there is a difference. When people come to argue, like the Messi and Ronaldo argument, but there's no fundamental basis. When you Messi man, you never agree that Messi and Ronaldo can play for Messi. When you Ronaldo man, you never agree. Because you can't tell me say that only FIFA worker can distinguish the both of them. I'm not talking a Ronaldo man. So that would be my standing point. So that is an argument. But a debate, there is a clear line of conversation where there are rules. Some of us in high school, in debate, they can get winner. They can get winner on the basis of the evidence and the way you convince your audience, right? So today I'm here to debate. I want to debate you. I want you to challenge me on the debate on the basis of fact. But when you can't bring your argument, your emotion, and sentiment, I won't waste my time. So like I said, we must cancel the lies, the erroneous lies, those malicious lies, those personal and dangerous lies of yesterday. We must do that before we go to the United Party. The very first one is, United Party told you that 16 billion LD were missing here. People protested for it, and other people are protested for it too. Oh yeah, our more opposition to Georgia than Joseph Boakai was. When President Boakai was sleeping, we were organizing the June 7. We were the direct voices of the Liberian people on the George we are in the Council of Petra. So I too was deceived. Many of you were deceived. Many of you are victims of the lie of the 16 billion. So ask yourself, how is it possible for somebody to take 16 billion and put it in continue and carry it to the house and go keep it there? It means the initial money that was in the economy, it add to 16 billion. The country will become Mozambique. Where for you to get $100, you gotta go carry a whole bag of money. It's not possible. But the other day, people believe that there was 16 billion missing here. And trust me, 90% of Liberians were victims of that lie. You know, when you consistently become redundant of lies, it becomes truth. We are in a very gullible society. That's why they lied here about 16 billion, and people yet to apologize for that. So today I'm here to hold it accountable. Now, I tell you, so there were no 16 billion missing here. I'm challenging President Boakai and everybody in the United Party that they must start to apologize to Liberian people all lie. Number one, there were no 16 billion here. Yes, evidence. The evidence is a February 28, 2019 report from the American Embassy, and you say an audit report when the people were to protest for 16 billion, they say investigate. You say an American people audited and they investigated. The coup, international people have been government part of it. February 28, 2019, the coup report say coup for no information to support allegation of continual and Bengo were missing. The moderator can share it around for you so you can see it. It's a fact. You were abused yesterday. You, the people, you were abused by Unity Party. No 16 billion was missing in the country. Never ever. Some of you hated Georgia because you believe Georgia had 16 billion can do or continue in us. It was a big black diabolical ugly lie. Would the Unity Party apologize for that? The Unity Party also. Anybody also told you that Georgia built 48 condominiums, big walls? Let me get simple, mansion. Some of you have not been there. I have been there. The entire building is 13. Now 13 structure, 13. You can see it for yourself. It's 13 structure. At the end of the day, even some political people, whenever Georgia, they can say Georgia. So Georgia said, no, it's not for my son, it's for me. I'm the owner of it. Who is George Weah? George Weah is one of the richest footballers to have ever played a soccer game during his days. He gathered wealth. He constructed a particular 13 condominium on the basis of real estate investment, where people can go rent there. People live, other people living there. But they lie to you, John, we are built 49 condominiums. That was another lie. The United Party abused you. You're intelligent for that. Another lie they told you. They also told you about sanction. Either way, when they sanction people, you finish. Let me say this to you in a very clear, unambiguous tone. Sanction is a political instrument, not a guilty verdict. Sanction is not a court cause. Sanction is another country who say, don't come to my country. It's simple. Hey, you get a right, this one, my there. It's called sanction. So sanction is a political tool where people yesterday win because they believe certain people were influential in the CDC. When you sanction them, you can win the election. That's true. You know, the party people are very dangerous people. They're very dangerous people. Dangerous lies. And they were right. When they sanctioned Magay, the absence of Magay for the CDC, it led to the absence of power today. Let me just tell you that. Where Senator Magay being in the room in CDC, the United Party can never win election here. That's why they went for Magay. So sanction is no guilty verdict. Honor the fundamental jurisprudence of our law. Article 21 of our Constitution says, when a man have been accused of a crime, you must get a due process of the law. Somebody that will go and they will arrest me and say you sanction. How is that a guilty verdict? The United Party lied to you that sanction means you bar me. When the sanction, you nobody can work with you. Ain't my day sanction? Ain't my day in the Senate? Ain't the United Party working with you? So how they tell us say when you got sanction now you deal? But they working with the sanction people. If you are a fundamental student of African history, I'm a secretary once said, and I quote, the day the world men start to praise me, meaning I'll betray you. I'm a secretary of Guinea. He said the day the world men start to praise me, meaning I'll betray you. But when you see them coming for me, meaning I'm a leader, I'm sending for you. And I all say that world men can Gaddafi. And I all say that world men can be a spot in our country. But I see world men will get you ruling. They say a good thing. So the sanction people will never lie to you. Sanction is not a guilty verdict. For somebody to be considered guilty, the person should go to a court and a court find you or she guilty. They lie to you and they abuse your intelligence about sanction, but they're working with the same sanction people today. Another lie they lie to you. Harmonization. You call our salary, we'll call your vote. If nobody lie to you. Harmonization was the best thing to have ever been done in CDC government. Hey, surprising. Even some CDC don't believe that. The demon now is a very good man, Honorable Samuel for that. The biggest thing that CDC ever did in the country was harmonization. You know who ordered harmonization? Harmonization was ordered by the IMF and the World Bank. Go and fast check. Because you know what? The wage bill came so high, around 68,000. IMF said we can't maintain anything. United Party were operating this country on two different periods. Basic allowance and general allowance. Yeah, we draw together. We just draw. One draw to finance ministry will make 1,005, another draw to agriculture ministry making 150. It makes sense. It's fair. So because that wage bill too high, I say we can't fund that thing again. You know what job we are king on the left and other basis, crash the situation. So I say cut down the wage bill. 25,000 people was to be dismissed. But John look at it, he said no. He said not possible. He said no. I can't do this. John we are being a John we are a magnanimous man of peace. He said no. We get dancer. Yesterday you let the party dancer and wrestler. You are here in this country. I'm a very little boy. I don't know plenty. You were here with any dancer and wrestler people, but John we refused. He said no. So John said, people go to work. These people are Liberians. Every one of them are work. The part of the country. So harmonization was a law, a policy where our lawmakers came together. So say John and all wanted for the 25,000 person to be dismissed. That was why it became important for harmonization. Harmonization means cutting down salary. That how United Party abuse our people intelligently, again, emotionally, psychologically.
The chairman speak, what the nation just speak, yo.
Harmonization mean funny or let me know the viewer. Harmonize. Harmonize that whole crew. And we put all the men together, right? So harmonization mean funny equality in inequality. Because you have two different payroll, they harmonize the both payroll to make it one. So people who are making two drivers, one I found out making 1,500 for example, and another one making 1,000 agriculture ministry. When you harmonize it, you put all them pay together, you find equilibrium and equality. So harmonization was the best thing to have ever been done for the Liberian people. But the harmonization made some poor people have been done we are in the CDC yesterday. You know what harmonization did? Harmonization brought on path 15,000 Liberians and civil servants who are making far below all other people. You know what? You know the CDC ministers need to be angry? That because their salary they were told by their own government. Harmonization affected the people who brought to power. Guess what? Here is part 1 of the act. You know harmonization was not where the Joe do. After Joe saw the problem, he identified it. He respected the law. You know Joe a paragon of the rule of law. He respected the law. He wanted a lawmaker because he couldn't do it. He sent a bill. Later, the vice president's son, the secretary's son, the speaker's son, Joe approved. So the lawmaker themselves. Let me just read a portion of the harmonization so you can. It will also go there right again. Part 1 of the harmonization. Section 1. That form immediately upon the passage of this act, there will hereby be a national remuneration standardization out of 2019 for all harmonization allowance and salary. So the objective of harmonization, the objective is to ensure that salary allowance and benefit across government are informed and equitable for work done, for the inequality gap in government, and for resources to be on path and properly managed. You can share it around. And for those who want to challenge the evidence, who can come. Jeremiah Kwan, the vice president of Liberia, was on the committee of harmonization. The surprising is the vice president of the country was the co-chair of the harmonization committee at the Farmington. Minister Jeremiah knew about harmonization. The hospital in Gordon Ganta, some of the workers, he couldn't pay them anymore. He turned it over to the government. Jeremiah Queen workers are on the payroll because of harmonization. But they told you that harmonization was bad. And the harmonization made some people very angry. Harmonization is the best thing. That's why you see United Party cannot undo harmonization. Undo harmonization meaning you will carry the country back to 2 payroll system. So you all here for one of our uncle who have down to fund me making 1,500 and another one to come to make 150. All right, nobody. So you can't undo harmonization. Has the United Party apologized for that? That's the man, and that's how, and they abuse the Liberian people. The 3 missing boys. Anthony, go to the video. The 3 missing boys. Oh yeah, United Party, the all of you. The 3 missing boys were missing in the country here. Anthony, go to the video, please. And you listen to God come on telling you.
The man sorry because so what I would do, we pray for current to come.
Okay.
Current can can provide those evidence. Right? Praying for that. So you can proceed. Yeah, we pray.
Alright, so and the audience know. On July 24, 2024, Governor Como issued a police press statement. Go on the police page, on the National Police page. Governor Como is caught saying, in a very clear, unambiguous manner, that the 3 boys were never missing. They cast out in Bon County, they found their body. When the audio comes, we play the audio. But here's the press statement from the Liberia National Police page. Governor Como said, and the boat captured. And at the end of the day, they found 2 dead bodies. So, under the criminal investigation law, one they can't find the other person for 7 amount of years, and they will be considered dead. But Governor Como said, no 3 boys were missing. But you see, you were told that 3 boys' heart were taken when they went to Georgia. Imagine that kind of thing. How they would take 3 missing boys killing. That is how the United Party insulted you. Imagine people who are master degree holder. They believe there's malicious and dangerous lie. The United Party told you that 3 missing boys. God just come on a United Party that will say, no missing boys were here. That's how the United Party abuse you. No missing boys were here. Normally when people die, you come with sympathy. But the United Party could political side everything. So what about those people yesterday? What about the family of those 3 missing boys? You told them that John, we are killing their children. Some of those mothers are still angry. When will the United Party apologize to the Liberian people? When? For abusing their intelligence. When? When will the United Party apologize for that? When? Like I said, we are challenging people. We want to debate. When we come to debate with facts, not emotion and sentiment. We don't want to debate. The United Party also told you that John we will bring you push in the country. The United Party told you that. The United Party told you that. The United Party told you that John we will bring you push in this country. That's what the United Party told you. Today, John, we are not in power. Who bring this back and down? No, John, we are here. But when he's there, what do you with John? We are going to go to Bwake. We go to President Bwake. So who bring you cruise in the country now? Or who bring this back and down? John, we have brought peace in this country. When thousands of young people were victims of the 14-year armed conflict, John, we have led a peaceful caravan to organize peace seminar. Some of the political people you can see adding real that John we are paying their school fee. That was what John we are doing in this country. But you say that John we are brought peace. That is how they insulted you. John we are not in power now. Who bring this back and down? We must remind ourselves about this reality. The United Party also told you that John we are flying private jet. It was very now to fly private jet. But we are. We are.
Yo! We told you the channel would be more than natural. Yo!
We are. Yesterday, red carpet or bar. So we are flamboyant when you're going somewhere. They will put red carpet. Mr. Bwake, he said, say, we are. We are red carpet. You can find out exact the mansion. Anyway, I will be red carpet can be here. Yesterday, we were for officials to go meet you. We are not party there again.
Yo! Private jet or bar. Yo! But I'm walking right private jet. Yo!
But listen to me. Here's the most interesting part. In 6 years, our vice president, Or Excellency, Dr. Jua Taylor, no one day we saw on Parajet. Nobody can show the picture of that. Yeah, it's a American who in Parajet, a Ghanaian businessman. A Mahama who got business interest, mineral interest in this country. Jamaican said a businessman getting lift. And out of accepting lift, it violates Article 90B of the 1986 Constitution. It says that you can't accept gift when you are functioning on state duty. Yes, sir? So now when the bracket is the only president bracket running private jet. Even the vice president of the country is running private jet. But yesterday, they told you, remove Georgia because Georgia running private jet. That is how the United Party abuse your intelligence. And some of you are master degree holders, some of you are school. The most dangerous group of people in this country are those people who believe that they can manipulate and insult every one of us. We have come to undo that insult. The United Party abuse your intelligence in this country. And they continue to do it in your face. The United Party also told us that the entire Georgia government was Southeast government. Oh yeah. Oh, you not forget? Oh. The entire government is Southeast government. Everybody in the government is Southeast. Because the president was from Southeast, the speaker was from Southeast, and the protein was from Southeast. But let me just tell you. The Constitution of Liberia, Article 47, it says that for every term, there should be an elections for Senate pro tem, where they will elect somebody to lead them. Article 47 of the Constitution. How do you expect that for Georgia? Georgia just voted in the Senate when the president of the country. The Senate, when they voted their own men to be Senate pro tem, you say that Georgia is of East. Article 49 of the same 1986 Constitution, it says the whole school shall go and elect. God think our lawmaker is here. If I'm lying, you can whip me. It is the horse. The speaker is first among equals. They are all self gather and elect their speaker. But they say that Georgia has some e-government. Even though such comprised of almost five countries. When they say so, in one country, so in are different countries together. But somebody said Georgia, I don't government our Southeast. But that's not the way. Presidential power is how you know whether the president is tribalistic or not. The former minister, Lofa. Central Bank Governor, Lofa. LRA, Lofa. AFR, Lofa. 60% of the employments, they are all for Lofa.
Our fortune, our Lofa pay. Yo.
60%. You hold a man accountable for the authority that he has. When your president of the country is executive power. So for you to know why the president is tribalistic or not, look at the mayor executive appointment. So yesterday you were abused, you were lied to by Unity Party again, and the Georgia reign is Soviet government. Big black, diabolical, ugly lie. The president cannot appoint speaker, la. Anytime you go to school, you won't believe that thing. The president cannot appoint Senate pro tem. You won't believe it. But you believe it yesterday because they consistently insulted your intelligence. That's the thing that all these people are. They took advantage of the gullibility in our society and they abuse our people, emotionally abuse our people. The United Party also told you that the wage bill are high. When the wage bill around 2023 was 301 million for 60 level. The wage bill are very high. Job I just didn't driving in. You go solution in Alabama, but you're back to get a job. Guess what? The wage bill high on the job we are the wage bill now is 354 million. From 305 to 354 million. See the increment. But you think I'm not talking about wage bill. That is how they abuse our people in this country. You know, everybody told you that the CTN view, the METEC view were wrong. They were evil view. Guess what? The United Party have re-signed and approved the CTN and METEC view. The United Party told you that Georgia was violating the Constitution. Because Georgia has some few political issues of people who are changing position. He felt they couldn't work with him. At the end of the day, he dismissed them. When they went to court, he brought them back. But we get there. We get it today. That was how the United Party abused you. So that's what they call rescue mission. There was nothing called rescue mission in this country. You have listened to the way the United Party won the elections. I'm confronting from the president to anybody in United Party. We can debate, not argue, not opinion. It was not a rescue mission. It was a thought. It was made to fool you. It never existed. The United Party ran a lying mission. Yeah, they said the lie with evidence and fact. And the thing that made people for job we are now. Lala, listen, Pedro, Lala day. Let us go to the government of today. Today, on the United Party, we see nepotism as the biggest in the country. 60% of presidential appointment, they are all Lufians. The entire financial sector of the country, finance, and we appropriate the money. ARA will collect the money. Central bank will keep it. All of them, like social Lufians boys. The most tribalistic government in this country. It's not happening. The most nepotistic government. On the United Party today, police brutality. Godwin Como. Godwin Como is a wrong region. There's the police. And I don't come here. And I don't officer here. The officer got rescued. We get anything out of political rescue? And then another rescue here again. But God come get it run. So when somebody thinks that we have a bracket of rescue police, they are right. And some of you get issue with Fulapo calling Fulapo national security. You get issue with it. But you have a police where Godwin Como is calling our police rescue a United Party and bracket police. There's the police, the King John massacre, Isha Masale, and others were killed. The 3 young men were shot to death. There's the police and the director of the transport ministry. She was beaten and brought in here. A pastor was jailed for protesting against gay. We have seen a police versus AFL 14 years. We have seen police and market within 14 years. The Liberia National Police rape in office. A suspect was in jail. A variety newspaper. The police raped the suspect. Just yesterday in Grand Bassa County again, another officer draws a guy and rape her and pour her down. So the police are rapists. Oh yeah, the police are rapists. The police.
So let me hold it there and recognize the awareness and appreciation for fellow Liberia Chairman K. Mr. Kane. Honorable Chairman, you are welcome to the appreciation for fellow Liberia.
On April 12, 2024, while in prison, Prince Yomi was found dead in the Liberia National Police Station. In 2024, a 19-year-old Yadolo Massimo was found dead in a police station. Waiting to be investigated in court. June 7, 2024, Dorothy Yuma was shot by a Liberia National Police officer, James Panda. A 15-year-old in rehab were also shot dead by Liberia National Police. So meaning the police are killers. The police are rapists. The police are killers. Officer Rudy Ross beat a pregnant woman in Oro to death. Officer Brahma Masare in Broadway shot and bust the head of 16-year-old Favor to death. The police are killers. The police are rapists. The police that should be protecting you are killers. In the same month, 2 days ago, Godwin Como dismissed my Director T. Floor, the police commander, to Zone 1 for stealing spare cartoon. So the police are criminals. But these are the people who will protect us. You know what? Foday said there, rap on Lagos, and let me just say this to you. The Liberia National Police of Godwin has killed more ordinary citizens than malaria have done in the last 3 years. You not hear me well. Malaria can be killed. When you get malaria, you go to antimutal, you die killed. But when the police shot a mentally sick guy in Congo town, Moluba, 5 times in the chest, he died instantly. The police are killer. and government say get a rap on, and let's go. Under Mr. Bracket, we have the police being very kidding. Don't go to the rule of law. The rule of law United Party does not exist. Let me tell you this. Article 2 of our Constitution, like I said, for us, I'm going to base on facts and debate. The Constitution is binding on all Liberian citizens. Guess what? United Party has violated the Constitution 189 times. Even Samuel Kennedy and Charles Taylor respected the Constitution because they suspended it and they were doing their dance for the year. So in Samuel Doe and Charles Taylor respected the Constitution more than President Bracket. No government in the USA have violated the Constitution because of Mr. Bracket. I read Article 28 of the 1986 Constitution. A corporate crack, getting contract for law infringement to MTA. Article 4, Section 22 of the CBR Act, removal of Governor J. Elisha Talu, where the government had to go settle again.
Manna, yo.
The settlement. 375,000 because they abused the law. Let a man say it and you say no. Oh, I'm a living symbolical simplification of United Party language for the rule of law. I want law for the display for MCC. The United States government, Human Rights Department, and the put it in the 2025 report. And so they meant to remember the message. You not need to go. The government compromise. Here is the contract. Who is there here? You got a justice minister here. Huh? Who here? There's also 12. Henry Sambo. When you do a calculation of this money, 375,000, you are talking about almost 22 million Liberian dollars. You give it to the men because of the violation. No government in history have violated the law because of the United Party. Then we also go to one of the United Party, foreign travels.
Yeah. I know you guess, right? But most often, people are listening. If you say the government violated, so at least there's some laws that have been violated, so that we know because we start checking on laws.
All right, thank you very much.
Manna, wait, yo. They are the question in channel waiting for you, yo.
Thank you very much. I just got to take the money to go one more evidence because I was very careful with my time. So we go. All of the 189 violations, well, like I said, we go, you can be fact checking. Article 62 of the Constitution. Removal of the president and the vice president for bribery. Our Constitution Article 62 says that whenever the president and the vice president is involved into bribery in order for any of misconduct, they can be removed. Article 63 of the 1986 Constitution, where I say the Supreme Court is the higher and final arbiter. Well, in this country, when the Supreme Court passed a ruling in a speaker case, where President Bracket chose to work in chaos and chorus and abandon the court, President Bracket circumvented the Constitution. He committed treason under our law. Treason, Article 76. It says that when you circumvent the Constitution of Liberia, that is the greatest crime. So the president has committed treason in any serious country, but now President Bracket should not be president. He's a constitutional president. The president committed treason. When you abuse the Constitution, the highest court, Article 6, the Supreme Court, the final interpreter of the law, read the Constitution. But the president refused to work with the legislative speaker. We also have Article 73 of the Constitution. Now talk about the 20 of the judges. We're all in the country. You have 40 formula. And the United Party representative supporter, when he threatened the current Chief Justice about Lekotor, and they will remove it because the men say their action was ultra-virus. Article 44 of the Constitution. Now talk about contempt of the legislature. The last time I listened to Honorable Dayton Sibo, crying that anytime they call official there, because contempt means when you violate, the horse call you appear. The government official they say they are going, they not respect them. Article 34 of the Constitution, it talk about taking of loan. Before a government takes loan, Article 34 DRR of our Constitution says you must have an approval from the Nigerian legislature. Guess what? Amos Square told 9.7 million in the country, no legislative approval from FOBEL. Even the current yellow machine before I reach there. That is why I say the entire yellow machine, it is a very good thing. When on patriotic laboratory, yellow machine are good. I'm very patriotic. But it's a fraudulent and unconstitutional process because the way in which the money was paid for is unconstitutional. Who authorized the president to take the loan? Nobody. Don't mind those lawmakers in yellow shirt. That is magnified madness. They left their offices going to court. Who authorized the president to spend money? Nobody can tell you. So you have government today where people just taking loan without no legislative approval. That's the violation of the Constitution. You get Article 12E F of the Constitution. It says no person shall be arrested or detained and tortured in prison. Well, yeah. When Thomas X-ray and all suspects in the Capitol building fire, when there was water boarded, when there was several mass, while in prison. Well, yeah. That's the violation of the fundamental human right. What Article 18 of the Constitution? It said that jobs should be given on the basis of meritocracy. When United Party Chairman Luther Tappe read me to the Central Bank years me, the Senator United Party, the Chairman read me and said he partisan me to Central Bank, ordering that employment. This is not on the basis of merits. The country belongs to every one of us. La President Budget Fund, the 40% budget is not usually pay me.
So, you see how all the party of administration, Massaquoi, work on the FOBEL. The second powerful person. The full brochure.
President Budget is not using a fire me. Oh, you don't know that one, eh? President Budget is a billion. The people that will stay away, that people need use it. He said that on Tuesday. Which is a fact. I'm a researcher. I encourage you to research. As an intellectual, don't be weak. We not gravitate from the gas and respect debate. So the rule of law, you know, by the Constitution. The Constitution has been reduced to a tissue paper. We go to the Code of Conduct. A part 5, section 5.2 of the Code of Conduct. It says that you cannot be in executive administrative position and you also be in party position. Luther Tappe, and the chairman, in the chairman for the board too. Amos Square, SG, also MD. Corona Kra, minister, also deputy. These people are the most disgruntled violators of the rule of law in the country. Don't mention related party of rule of law in anything. You are not violating our law. You are not violating international law. The Geneva Convention on Human Rights. We're in this country. Abraham Khalif Sharif, the Manigo man who the Guinean government killed for a year. And they tell you over there, we heard our president on radio in Lofa say he got 10 people and $2 million US from the Guinean government. Me, the president accepted bribe. That's why I said this country is not a serious country. I wish our lawmaker were here. The current national legislature is the most useless and spineless legislature ever in the history of the country. They are a complete demonstrated disgrace to our democracy. The current legislature.
Position, no position, they are disgraced our people. Yo.
International law. So when Abraham Khalif was in the country, the government took Khalif and gave him all on there. Now the government cannot produce the living body of Khalif. It violated a fundamental human right. Majority of us who are in Liberia, some of our relatives who are in Europe and America, Liberia watching or a salon, a salon. Under the fundamental doctrines of international law, it says that when a person's life becomes critical to a government back home, you can't send a man back because the government will kill the man. How will a man be accused of what will lead coup against the military government? You send a man back. So a new president Bouaké took a Guinean citizen and sent a man back. Up to now, we can't find the body of that guy. That was the violation of the human. Also, Article 7 of the African Chapter on Human Rights. They violated that also. We go to the ECOWAS Treaty of 1999. It said that when you are ECOWAS president, you must appoint a very resident representative. Guess what? Bill Massaquoi came here. When you are appointed by ECOWAS to go to Sierra Leone, The United Party government said it can't work. They fought it. That was a violation of another international law. Well, yeah, the Vienna Convention of 1961. I talk about the right of diplomat. United Party unlawfully dismissed 54 Liberian diplomats only because they said they were employed by Georgia. That was a violation of the Vienna Convention of 1961. We also come to the Maputo Declaration of 2008 that called for every government is an Africa a continental document signed in 2008. Maputo, Mozambique, that said 10% of the budget of every African country should go to agriculture. Guess what? What's the agriculture budget now? The agriculture budget now in the country is around 13.6 million. The 1.2 billion. When you want to subtract 10%, do a calculation. Say what is 10% of 1.2 billion is 120 million. But the people who lie to you say in agriculture list, in agriculture budget at 13.6 million. So the rule of law, we can be meaning. But I'm not going to stop on the rule of law. Because when I continue here, I will not end here. So that means for what? We also want to United Party. We have a buffer of government, a buffer in different government. This is a buffer in different government. The president is a father. The sponsor the speaker. There's a married male, but in the upplay. The political advisor of the president. And guess what? For all the buffer here again, Aliyu Kaba, leadership party, there is no buffer there. But there's a political advisor of the president. Or she get another buffer here, then she joins to another married man. That is backhanded. It's a violation of the rule of law. But this president who claims to be a deacon, he can utter a war. They made her married to a wife. They were Sayo in France. They almost brought the president their communications. I had to do it, but for the sake of time, we just explain. Up to the president can have his quote. But there's the president who says a deacon. But he corporate people who are bargaining. He sees Madina corporate money, but you have the buffer and different government here. Yes, I do something that you talk here. But you have a buffer and different government here. The speaker and the girlfriend, the political advisor. Ain't no more. Okay. On Mr. Project today, we have the most useless international trip. In the last close to 3 years, the president has spent 8.2 million on foreign travel. If you do a calculation and confront it with a rate of 180, if that's the rate now, meaning the president has invested 1.5 billion in foreign travel. What is the MOE here? What is the benefit? That's the money the president has spent on travel.
So thank you. And me use the time to recognize Secretary General of the Foundation of Federal Liberia. Have a speech on your recognize. Yeah.
We can't go push. Sparking down. Who here?
And so we also see our rapport of the Assistant Secretary General of Foundation of Federal FOBEL. That's an Fanta from my one says COP. When you drop the facility, so
Who here?
so welcome. Yeah.
First President Bake and Dominic Molu. Yesterday they insulted you at Georgia and bringing push. If they ever go to see Georgia in any job, you are in picture. There's Dominic Molu. On April 19, 2025, and this is the Atlanta newspaper, you can find it on the DA website. Dominic Molu was arrested with a drug that worth 259,000 USD. You do a conversion, it's almost 26 million Liberian dollar worth. But there's Dominic Molu in the living room of the president. In some of the United Parties in the we have to say, now you can kill yourself for him. You don't see budget doing it. But this man who is a drug dealer, arrested under our jurisprudence, is in the living room of the president before campaign. Let us see now United Party here. Let me hear a bona fide United Party man. So that daughter brother bringing spark and die in the country of BK, our children. And you sit in here, then you say you want to do rest a gas argument debate. So that those are party and the United Party begin starting down the country. But right now, yesterday, anybody can penetrate the system and input. Today, guess what? This is April 15, 2025 in Lofa County. LDA confiscate huge quantity of marijuana in Kulaunta, Lakunda district. So in Lofa County, the growing drugs there are on a budget. You are lying about importing. Now, in Lofa, the growing drugs in Lofa. Drugs have been growing in Lofa. We also come to rape a sodomy. You know, one of my woman tell me say, I got one about the woman. Yeah, me can always argue. So they put down, and she told me something, I laugh. And she said, but follow. What do you mean? Anything our party can attend a gay benefit account. And so I told her, I said, oh man, make a party like gay party. United Party is a gay party. Now let me do. Let me reiterate. We are very clear on a because manner. United Party is a gay party. When United Party is in power, that is time young boys, anybody who get angry with a southern mazing. When United Party, you know they want Joey in power, when somebody done a Joey came. When you go pay up, and when you go pay a buffer, if they say you can't buy something, a Joey do it. But under the United Party government, when young boys have been southern mass, and you say you're angry, United Party is a gay party. I wanted to hear you. I like to irritate people. That's what I like to do. United Party is a gay party. When United Party is in power, that is time, our young boys can be sodomized in this country. A 15-year-old boy live at jail, dying for a life. You have bone plumber laughing and going to jail and shaking your hand. And you're not angry, but you're angry to say that United Party is a gay party. 3 men sodomized the ball. Where are the other 2 men? And you want to get angry? If that was your better board, you would get angry? Well, I'll be honest. We must start to put the conversation in our shoe. We must start being very inhuman and insensitive. We come to rape 4,228 rape cases. The highest rape cases in post-war abroad. The only time we experience such number of rape, I thought we were fighting war in the United States. There was water. That's the time we experienced a higher number of rape. Young girls have been raped on a daily basis. Young girls have been insulted. Young girls have been molested. Some of our sisters have been forced to sleep with men who be like grandpa because of the economic deprivations in the country. They don't want to do it. I'm the father. I'm the only brother of 6 sisters. I know why it takes for a girl child to be put. When women and girls have been raped, we have our friend there. Madam Katimu is 76 years of age, but you stay in phase B, country, with 16-year-old lady. The fact that I have never condemned rape in the last 3 years, and you sit here, you want to get angry, and you say that United Party is a gay party. United Party is also a raping party. We come to the suppression against motorcyclists. People pay their money in the country, almost 200 motorcyclists. Almost 100,000 of them. Calculate the family who? Calculate the family who? You put them for on the street. On the United Party, we have United Party chairman going on radio, Punch FM, and calling for a one-party state. When you not join our party, you not get job. That is an insult and abuse. La luto tape pas gérer contre budget. Then you say we're not doing our party, you can't get job. That is an attack on our democracy. To tell you how arrogant these people are. You call it for one party state. But yesterday, George we are giving a job here. Godwin Como, who is killing ordinary citizens today, he knows Godwin Como was the Director General for Bureau of Concession of Georgia. Godwin Como set up the way and pressure of Georgia. But Godwin Como now killing ordinary people when they go protest. On a United Party today, we have the highest hunger around West Africa. The global hunger index 2025 said that 35.5% of Liberians suffer from acute malnutrition. 35.5% is 2.2 million human beings. Even to have breakfast now is an achievement. Even for people to have breakfast. No commerce is better. It's better to sell for the go. If the other stand, go stand by the road. And she's doing well. You should appreciate her. And she's selling. That's why a decent woman do. She's a decent woman. We should not laugh about her also. When the United Party, we have had the highest mesquite debt in the country history. The highest mesquite debt. Over 400 plus mesquite debt. 428 mesquite debt in the country history. And guess what? Every morning you will be there dying. There's Officer Sam Fala. I will say the money you read, and I will interpret for the sake of time. There's the officers who are in the barrel and the men lost one there. Even under men lost in the country and they dying. Same 2024. No, it's not funny. You find dead body everywhere. Under men. This officer said, you can pass it every day. They found me addressing communication to the Chief Justice, to the Defense Minister, to the President. Nobody. Since 2024. You know how they make that? Officer Bobby Money, who the police lied that he shot himself 5 times in the head. I know how possible is that.
There's one set of niggas that yo.
We are not forgetting Officer Sergeant Bobby Money, who was murdered in the barrack when he was alleged to organize the Air Force Women to protest. It is alleged that this officer Safala Sony, here's the letter. They saw the people who killed Bobby Money. So they kill you to destroy evidence. Up to today, the Liberian government cannot tell you where. So when any man that be the barrier laws that you say now, you say you left government. How many men lost in the country? How many men? Every man, the first lady lost in the country. Mysterious death. This government is a mysterious death government also. These are facts. There's the president. The president who condemned, and nobody will not do anything. The president is bringing a $10 million presidential retirement mansion in Foday. Yesterday, Obama in Foday. Initially, he said, "No, boy." And then he said, "Oh," and then not telling him, but just do it. But that is a lie. President Brackett lied. Before the foundation was dug on JNB some page, President Brackett was there. He was at the ground at this mansion. When you have Liberians today living on body less than $1 a day, eating an achievement in your country now, starting did an achievement. But the president decided to build a $10 million mansion. These are children sitting on the bare floor. Should we go to corruption? On the United Party, corruption is now a cabinet minister. You know what we do? On the United Party, corruption now is now a cabinet minister. Now sit on the executive mansion table and have conversation with the president. United Party Chairman Luton Tape, 360,000 students doing the inauguration, up to now no investigation. Nata Formula, 500,000 inauguration money. 500,000 inauguration money. What the president thinks that the president couldn't aim never address because there was no fear. But guess what? Not that formula have 500,000. And the president will die from his congestion. On the president inauguration day, the president died because there was no fear. But not that formula have 500,000. When you place not that formula under the internal audit investigation, guess what? She was under investigation. The president also awarded all. That is the president who glorified and order corruption. Corruption is a cabinet minister. This government is more corrupt than any other government. Osabeka Gracefully, unlawful they took 500,000 for NASCO to buy presidential vehicle before you the inauguration. How can ordinary citizens start taking money? A second Ducle, 25,000 in the King John massacre. Yeah, yes, about the end of the day, and the sister good to say, you not get no money. But here's the contradiction. On March 6, 2024, Sekou Dougle ordered the transfer of 25,000 for the King George victim family. But guess what? The Ministry of Justice on April 24 only asked Sekou Dougle to give 5,000. So where the other 25,000 go? And that's all. Sekou Dougle said he didn't get any far like that. He bought rice, pepper, and vita and gave it to the family.
Thank you. That was the word of
And so j'allais conclure before I have my seat.
But before we check the policy of questions, we have to bring the gavel to our chairman.
Thank you so much, Sally. I want to appreciate you so much, Honorable Speaker, for highlighting a lot of issues that permeating the corridor of our country. That is democracy. When you come here, it is good sometimes you inform the problem on the happening within the country. But this place is FOBEL, and sometimes when you come here, it is good you control your image and you respect the leader of the nation here. All right? I heard you talking about United Party is a gay party. I don't want to make that correction. We don't have no gay party in this country. We have no gay party in this country. So I want to erase that. All right? Because it is the time giving you as a speaker. When you are energized to speak, sometimes you say something. All right? So as a moderator for the day or the gavel have to come sometimes and terminate this thing. So I don't want the audience to take that because some people have feel help. It is possible it will be in your case tomorrow. So to erase that, United Party, we don't have no gay party in this country. All right? United Party is a political party. We don't have no gay party in this country. So for the audience, United Party is not a gay party. So I want you to erase that. So that is the correction. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. You don't have to please us, but also this place is an intellectual terrain. All right, you don't also come to speak our name. All right, so we'll be going to question an answer period. So I want you to be reformed, and I want you to protect our guests. If you make mistake, you go off track. You will not speak here, and if you try, it will put you out. We will respect our guests. All right? We will put you out. There's so many ways we can put you out. All right? So put yourself in a position that you will not bring any disrespect to our guests. So that's it. So the question should be defined. So thank you so much. Yeah.
So when like this, right? The question is, 6 questions will be taken for the whole segment before we go to comment. So we take emergency, right? Then last thing is then we go to CDC-COP.
Thank you so much. Emmanuel Agency. I was about to respond in a very harsh way until the chairman came and did some education. Thank you so much, Chairman, for that. For you to be contradicted, you can defend it. But for yourself to contradict yourself, it's dangerous. I used to think that the COP, CDC had different definition until I listened to the chairperson frustratingly defending and clearly saying the CDC-COP is the political party under the political party CDC. And again, we will not be deterred from the good narrow guys. I am saying this to say that the chairman contradicted himself by saying the CDC-COP is a civil society grouping. At the same time, he said that I support Jowia, I support the CDC. How can you be a civil society organization and you have a political party that you support a propaganda message? That
All right, please let's see. All right. All right.
So folks, there's a little tension here between Unity Palestine and CDC here at the forum. Unity Palestine fights institution. So we are here. Just follow. If you have a comment, then we're going to see what next. It is question and answer time here at the forum. But it become a little tension here today. A United Palestine and CDC here. While the question and answer like that, we go on. So keep following. Keep following anytime the CDC-COP chairman for the Massaquoi appear at this forum. There to be a little tension here. Oh, I see. The middle of our party is called Gangster Party. It's called Gangster You're going to put this one to see a double. Then that
All right, thank you so much. Now go back to our section. Now let me take this question. And the question is should be in a brief view of 1 minute. If you go about them, we'll cut you off. You could have 1 minute. If you get to let our privilege, in that 1 minute, we'll cut you off, please. So you could have 1 minute to ask your question.
So thank you, Chairman. That was easy also.
Thank you very much. Governor, Behavior. I'll put a simple Indian before the other thing. Mr. Speaker, thank you for our press you.
Amen.
The United Party, they lie to the Liberia people. They are going to criminal party. They are the Liberia people that is not the big failure of the level they can prove it. The 16 billion, what they get to the why they can't prove it? One thing,
Now, my question is this. During the CDC-led government, the former finance minister at that time, he placed a bonus of Liberia on salary. That is with the CSA, and they never passed through the rank and file. And the CSA standing order. And now this government came into being and tried to follow the process. Do you think removing them and following the process of the CSA standing order. Do you take that to be wrong? That's one. Two, with all of what you have listed, what is the mechanism that CDC is putting in place to cover? Because all I can see for now is that every demolition that goes on to
Thank you. That is the beauty of the debate, the emotions and the crisis. But yet then we still proceed. Like I said, it is fundamentally acceptable for people to agree and disagree. So the commotion is necessary. We must always have a point of equilibrium, and we accept the greater good of just working together for the forwardness of the day. So to your question, can a civil society also be a political party? From the genesis of my inception, I said very clearly, and let me be unequivocal this time around, this is a political civil rights movement. The difference is this: there is an EFFL of Liberia, an independent political group that's within the Unity Party Alliance. But that is not an auxiliary of the Unity Party, the independent. For us, we are a supporting group. In essence, all of the advocacy, all of the activation, all of the campaign for good governance, CDC-COP as its political civil rights group will not be on the ballot. So because we are not deceptive, you have to have a political side. A political side that you say, look, listen, there is the side. But in no way mean we cannot advocate for anybody. To prove that CDC-COP is not limited to one political party. Yes, our brother Nani, our vice chair for political affairs, this man supported Unity Party. We accepted the man. But if they think I wanted for CDC, no, I believe in a man. This country must reach a point where all Liberians must come together and realize very clearly, if Liberia must go forward and become better, it will require the collective effort of every one of us. Unity Party, ANC, CMC, CDC, we all must work together for the greater good of our country. So my brother, we are a political civil rights group, and political civil rights group means a group that works with a political party and also in civil society, but not hypocrite. There is a question on the CSA standing order. My brother, I was a civil servant, went through CSA process. I had a 25-year job. I was dismissed in my letter because they say I criticized the president on Facebook. Is that an organization process? One of the most incompetent and ignorant officials in the government is Dr. Joshua Joka. I'm questioning his doctorate degree. When they men do calculation, they meant to elaborate people in 2024. You want us to go there to CSA? They meant to elaborate people in CSA that when you dismiss over 7,600 people go to the CSA 2024 report. He said he saved the country 48 million after he dismissed people from the payroll. Guess what? The same payroll that he saved people from, the payroll under CDC was at 300, it was at 305 million. The payroll at the main saved, the payroll now go to 354 million. So what kind of thing CSA doing now, my brother? There was no sterilization process. When Corina Crowd went to the Ministry of State and dismissed over 700,000 people. That was our argument recently at the Senate. She said because there was no money and there was not sterilization process. In the same period of dismissing people, Corina Crowd employed 74 other United Partisan people. Joseph Brackett daughter, Rodio's daughter. Joseph Brackett daughter, Rodia Brackett makes 2,364. She's in the US, but she was employed doing that. It's not a sterilization process. People who are in FOYA at the president house in Washington, they are all at the Ministry of State, supplementary payroll. Is that serious system in our process? No. That thing was a mirage. Joker said we could get tests.
1 minute.
Joker said we could get tests. But only Joker, because the wage bill can tell, on the CDC and the wage bill was very low, on the United Party is very hard now. You will not talk, you will not ask questions on wage bill. All my candidates of CDC come back. Let me just say this to you. I cannot officially speak for CDC as a political party. So I will speak as a Liberian. They come back of the opposition community. You know, we are not arrogant like other people who believe that the presidency was their entitlement. No. For us in CDC, we create opportunity to work with everyone. That is why, George, we are employed people who are even killing citizens today. That's why, George, we are sacrificed and accepted for peace to be here and allow democracy to reign. So in CDC, the mechanism to come back is, in as much as you continue to demolish the people's houses, Church will come back. The opposition will come back. In as much as women and boys are continuing to be raped, molested, and sodomized, it means the opposition will come back in 2029. That's the mechanism. In as much as you continue to be protesters, the government, when you have social feelings in government, it means the opposition will come back. In as much as you continue to have the majority and the highest mysterious deaths in the country, it means the opposition will come back. That is the mechanism. For example, you got two Jews. Somebody got on the top. Somebody got on the top. You got two girlfriends. Or that's a one girl, got two boys. She got a little boy who manages her. But you take care of her and give her full money, small. If she really wants, she go to Copa, who fool her. But the Copa really fool her now. You not enjoy inside the Copa and rely on. You think what she will go back? She will roll back to her poor boyfriend. So the opposition community, and especially George, we are the only standing board of the Liberian people, and they will come back to 2029.
We are all the forefront, Joe. We are yo.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for the quiet on my words, but now we are observing the natural tendencies of Almighty. So I say I'm sorry for the quiet on my words. My name is Mahmoud Bakere. My question has to do with the Summit Tour. Summit Tour were given 25 million for mock exercise in our economics. So, as you are an advocate for ordinary Liberians, so how do you expect this government to carry out investigations on those 25 million taxpayer money that were given to Summit Tour? Thank you. And lastly, you were introduced to us that you were one of the proponents of Unity Party, and now you have become one of the antagonists of Unity Party. And I want to know, with your standing point, why young people become more deceptive to Liberia. One time you are A, another time you are B, another time you are C. Thank you.
Question.
Oh, your question in the debate again? You can't ask them in the debate again. Huh? Alright. Okay. Alright. All the people out of the country, you know, they've been playing you because last time I came, the energy community. So all the people I thought nobody can ask questions. It tells you that for the very first time they have seen somebody who have come to debate on the basis of facts and evidence. Like I said, we will stop being mediocratic in this country. We will not argue on our phony charity. We will debate on the basis of fact. And when you pour the lender at this At this echelon, they can't come there. So no one has that question to ask again. It tells you that we have won the day. But we are not here to win the day. We are here to inform you that the most sophisticated group of people in this country are sedition, but you called them gangster party yesterday. As standing as I am, you can confront us. To your question, on 25 million. The 25 million, you the first human being who mentioned it. Saint Joseph for getting the power into the year. Nobody can mention about Mopo SSI again. Evidence of that is what United Party have Senator in court today for 500,000. A money that was given to FIA. When you are the Ministry of Finance, you appropriate budgetary allocations to ministry. Senator is currently in court for giving money to FIA. He not spending, not doing nothing. He just doing work and carry. Now why he in court for ordinary fund? Why you not carrying Senator to court for 16 billion? Or why you not carrying for the 25 million mop up? They mop up stabilize the economy. That is why you see United Party inherited a growth rate of 4.6%. When CDC took over in 2017, the growth rate of Liberia was 2.5. When CDC left over, it was 4.6%. It was the stability of the MOPO exercise. To tell you that nothing happened to MOPO exercise, and a liar, and a senator put money in bed. When you are Minister of Finance, you cannot be involved into monetary policy that central bank. That central bank was involved with it. But there were some of the lies and the abuse. United Party abuse our people again. And that's what we have come to undo and cancel here. So my brother, to defend your argument, there were no MOPO exercise were constructed in a very well manner, in a fair manner that stabilized our economy. Evidence of that, United Party should investigate if MOPO exercise was wrong. It was never wrong. The CBL organized MOPO exercise. But because Senator is the smartest intellectual ever in Liberia history, you don't hear me well? Because Senator is the smartest intellectual in Liberia history, so you need to see everything at 12. Central bank were at 12. Somebody died at 12. The police were at 12. That's how you people were to destroy good people in this country. So my brother, the MOPO exercise stabilized the economy of this country. That's why United Party to a better economy than what CDC inherited in 2023. On your question, let me just tell you this. You didn't hear me well. I've only joined one political party in my life. You know, when they get argument, they get one fan, Sonny Oakley. We're told in history, when people cannot stand your debate, they try to label you. When they label you. When they couldn't stand Thomas Sankara, they call you a terrorist. Then they label you. I've been called a domestic terrorist. You don't know how to fly. I've never gone in my hand before, but I've been called a terrorist. They label you. We were opposition to CDC more than bracket. That's why I say that's truth. We were in a civil rights group called the Council of Patriots of Henry Costa. At that time, President Bracket was laying down his rehab, incapacitated to work and come up. We were the one organizing Jerusalem, my brother. I was never a supporter of United Party. I will never be.
One man teacher, yo, he's not a pastor, yo, pastor on a big pastor, previous message, yo.
I was never a supporter of the United Party. It was the United Party that benefited from our workings. When Henry Costa decided to go to the United Party, we said no. We cannot have the United Party who will say all the go brain tire and cause man. No, we will go to a paragon of peace. His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, who believes in opening his corridor and giving opportunity to transform and transmodify young people. That was why we supported the CDC. We have never been in the party.
Thank you. So now we move to comment section. So,
yeah, gentlemen, before we go to the comment section, we will not be able to take everybody here. We got a number of people that will be taken. So if we not choose you, don't disrupt the place. Don't feel that we don't like you. So the cabinet cannot take everybody. So thank you so much. Go ahead.
So thank you. So we'll take the first three, get response, go back. Right? Yes, so we start with people.
Thank you, Mr. President. And my name is Biko. I'm not a military partisan. I've never in my history signed. Please, to tell the speaker. I have never wanted to sign a document to be a member of any political party in Liberia. Never. I suppose to tell Mambaka. Oh yes. So many of you, when I made a statement that I'm not really partisan, many of you are already before they don't understand how we end our talks on issues. So do not bring your wishy-washy argument here. Whenever we speak of facts. You talk about, let me say things to the speaker on stand. He did explain the liberation, the presentation for well, but we have done fundamental disagreement with him. The first thing is, the speaker informed us here that the government is noted, or the past government, there was no importation of drugs in this place. Just in the space of 3 years ago, 100 million drugs were discovered in the 13th. He didn't see it as an issue. No, he didn't see it as an issue. The COP, the CDC-COP today, they are misbehaving around here. Have you forgotten the issue that involves what is in you? What more you have to stand here to discuss with young people? You are a contradiction of the young people. You are a complete contradiction. After a young man of your kind was naked and posted on Facebook, but you came here and bury your conscience. And you want to speak your conscience matter of demons. Mr. Pizarri, fast forward. You said the president can defend the constitution when it comes to the issue of the impasse. Mr. Pizarri, you should have brought the speaker of honor. The constitution of the Quran. Why you not get the president the constitution of the country? The Supreme Court ruling is an opinion. It's not a law by the constitution, no. The constitution says, go wrong. And the president went on and acknowledged. Or have you forgotten that the president acknowledged the ruling of the Supreme Court? But he said, in order for a government of action, he would do it for COVID. What was the condition? Thank you, sir.
So we go to some
Okay, the name remains Samuel Patrick Juicy, son of District 12, resident of Chiefs Factory community, having to be the junior head for the Unity Party in District 12. I want to tell my brother, thanks, but his best.
You are. I come to the speaker. You are. God bless her. Aaron, please.
I want to tell my brother, understand here, you did well, but you're not at your best. What I mean, according to you, you said you passed through the break and file of CSA. What of course will do research. But if you pass through the break and file of CSA, you should know the standing order that as of 7/7, you're not a politician. You are a technocrat. You are a technician. So to go on your page as of 7/7 and go against the government or the president, you break the standing order. So if you're anybody, even president, George Weah at that time, we're going to fire you because you're 7/7, you're not a politician. So you made mistake down there. 2, according to you, you said a policeman. How can it be for an officer to shot himself 5 shots in the head? When you told us do your time when you're going for some kind of convention, either Baga or Ganta, EPS officer shot his head 5 times, the report you gave. And how can you reconcile with that?
Thank you so much. Are you back? Thank you. Let me say thank you to our bro. My name is Ayuba Dukle. Consistent visitor of FOBEL. And let me say thank you to our bro also. You know you say well. And let me tell you thank you for your information that you provide for all that today. I think we need you here all the time to educate our people. Because when you are discussing, one of our brother he said the chairman of the area for able to educating on how to post a own talk. So I think in the area, sometimes we can come here and say we don't educate ourselves, but in a situation we try to educate ourselves. So thank you. The information about the government, everyone over here aware, but suppose they choose to play blind out to it because it like they already found themselves into it, so they want to keep in our area, and someone will not bow down to them. We will continue to help and inform our other people, and we ask you to meet your leader and let it be able to sponsor your son and go across the country and inform people. Thank you very much.
So,
I don't let you appear fearful. I'm very turning. I don't like to be a boo-boo man. I'm somehow handsome. I know that. Don't you tell me. We are in a country where good people are not praised. So I don't wait for people to appreciate me. I know. So when people talk and run away, it tells you how scary they are. But these are the guys who can disturb me every day. Every day they disturb me here. Now, in that network and you're running away. You're running away. But we understand. I appreciate your comment, my brother. It's not just you. Thousands of other Liberians were insulted and abused and emotionally by Unity Party. Anybody in the country, when you ask them to give an overview of Joria, the very first thing that will come from them was 16 million going this year. He will be lost. So now you two should be an ambassador of change. I will not be able to reach everywhere. CDC-COP cannot go everywhere. Tell them to challenge United Party to apologize. United Party owe it to the people to apologize. United Party abuse you in a lying mission. So our mothers, our sisters who are listening, when you go home, tell your friends and your family that they lie to us. No money for messing in your country here. So we saw the evidence today. I don't want to tell you, you say, it's the American embassy city. Say there were no missing 3 missing boys here. It's a lie. But your own say men, no missing boys were here. Then they say it was bad to run flying plane, but now the same boy is running private jet. Then a lie. Then they say the boy that said John we are brought here. The president is in his living room with a boy who is arrested for over 22 million worth of drugs. Tell him. So my brother, you two can be an agent of change. We appreciate it. But to the other brother, for you to tell me say that when you are a civil servant, you have lost your fundamental rights of Article 15. That is a contradiction. Under the fundamental tenets of judicial jurisprudence, the supremacy of law in this country is the Constitution. The Constitution surpasses standing order. The Constitution gave you your right as a citizen to freely express yourself. I must start naming the government official name who are in civil servant director position, but on Facebook, Queen Josie is the civil servant. It was on Facebook. She on Facebook. So you want to tell me I'm not civil servant? Accountable. What about people who benefit from presidential appointment who make more money? There's somebody talk on July 26th here. And I told you I've been caught already, you know, I'm not a flat. These are some of the same lies. The same way they lie to you and you believe that 16 billion in no loss. They may look at me and tell me, say, I'm not going to be someone. John Weir asked us to say, go to the law. We went to court. The court cleared us. were never involved.
Yo.
In that catch a flag.
CDC-COP was clear by the code. Yo.
Mark
Yo. What a company. Yo.
Magiaswa.
Thank you. So let us take our second part, right? Our second part. So take Sana Gala.
Let me say thank you to the speaker for coming and discussing with us today. While it is true I have some dissenting opinions to the argument he put forth, we will do much justice to the conversation and be moderate as we can be. The first thing the brother raised is the issue that has to do with corruption in the country. For seditious to be telling us that this regime is corrupt when you are known to be a corrupt regime globally, and you can put more on the United Party to be a corrupt regime, when officials of the government were designated for massive corruption in the country, the Majesty Act, you say, where? Massaquoi, somebody who is 60 years, referred to somebody who is 54 years to be a father to him. The legs of Nathaniel Magay, then you say you can't talk about corruption. In fact, the worst thing to ever happen to this country is the CDC. And that historical irony will never be repeated. The second thing that the brother raised is the issue that has to do with gangsterism, the issue of terrorist attack in the country. You are not far. In fact, the CDC is a party of gangsterism in this country. Can I proceed? The CDC, I repeat, and keep me on the record, the CDC is a party of gangsterism. Evidence bar. The CDC-COP whipped, beat, naked a student activist who was justly pleading the cause of the Liberian people on a state public wire information platform that was circulating all around here. Then you can't talk about people being gangsterism. It was also widely reported in the 2022 report of the State Department of the United States of America that Jefferson Koji is a well-known gangster in this country. Evidence. I hope we'll have the time to speak.
You know, I'm happy that our country political landscape is gravitating to a level of consciousness. To have sat and listened to my brother confessing that back then he supported the United Party to Henry Costa. But then today, because of this agreement, he went back to the CDC. If it was in a serious manner country that Serenu, this brother wouldn't have been just standing behind the sacred podium to be speaking. But Liberia is a godless society. It's a godless society. My advice to you before I conclude. My advice to you before I conclude. Testimony number 12, you know nothing about testimony number 12. To have come and stand behind the pulpit and infiltrate your betrayal mentality into the 12. When you were speaking and hearing the lawmaker, I want to advise you, it's a threat. Don't do it anymore. The lawmaker is the end. The lawmaker is a failure. The lawmaker is a corrupt character of our district.
emergency. You know, we not use a lot of people use this podium and say something that is not good for the public. So if you have to prepare that statement or you fulfill yourself. The statement used for the lawmaker. We said the lawmaker is corrupt. So please, you try that statement for us and fulfill yourself. Yes.
So, is that an insult?
I attempt to retire you on a serious program.
Is that an insult?
So, say that you go.
I'm sure I want to advise people here. Our phone is dying slowly. Someone can come and say United Party. Get you say the person talking to the president. No. Now people came here. It was like doing our success here. People say job we are taking good job we are nothing all around. And it was in the same forum. It was you're never telling to work the authority. You're never selling, but now it's come to Joseph. It's like a braggart now. You're controlling people. Now, it's the people say the broad is like a yellow machine to clean our road. We do not say they will bring a gas thing like a tango or to be one. Send the gas. Because so gas tango are so passing. It's not a yellow machine.
Our to turn the UN workshop today on the issue of human rights. While we were going in group, the guys then come in the corner and they say, come in the place you're going, you need to watch your thought. You need to know how you're going to say about the government, and that's why you need to be deleted from the listing. I said, nobody can fight me in the first thing, you don't even know how my name get on the listing. You know that time they just baffle or at time we feel frustrated in our own former president we are. Because when President we are talk over, he choose to accommodate everybody in the governing section. These are the people today that are starving us. They left our water brand. He was the spokesperson of MCC, making over 1,000 United States dollars. At the senior vice chair for operator for the United Party. He was incorporated in the system. While some of us are agitating, stay on the spectator bench. These are the same people today. Can you imagine every sector of government they have which home citizen? People even making $100 United dollars, like even sustain them, they are wanting them. They have taken them off the page. Can you imagine that? And then hurt us. But we say, this is a caveat. I told people I see you yesterday. There is a clear caveat. If the return, we will point at some of you. You will never go with impunity. Today you said you told us, you make some people still believing that Samuel 12 told 25 million, and you don't ever to prosecute Samuel 12 or 25 million, you go on national security issue. Comrades, it is saddened. But bear in mind, some of you are down here and one with a regime. They're weak and turn anytime. Thank you. So I want to say thanks to our comrades and friends. Let me also recognize the speaker on stand, a very brilliant speaker. And I want to say thanks for coming at Level Foundation for Better Liberia. We are proud of the appearance here at Level Foundation for Better Liberia. And we also want to extend our gratitude to the audience that I play a listening role to listen quietly to our speaker in providing his thesis. I want to say thank you also for the time that you spend in terms of listening to our speaker. Here at the Level Foundation of Better Liberia, we understand that without contradiction, we cannot discuss issues. So there will always be contradiction, there will always be a serious level of intellectual pandemonium here. So when those things happen, don't be deterred. FOBEL, as we always told you, were established on the basis of contradictions and disentanglement. So you always find it. And these are the things that shape up to see how we can develop our goal and our objective. We want to say to you, comrades, we gave you the platform here at the Level Foundation of Better Liberia. One thing that we do not encourage is the issue of raising allegations on people that you do not have any prima facie. We are against that seriously. The reason we sat down some of you and we caught you out is on the basis that you do not have evidence to prove or evidence to prove. When you say Avi is a criminal, you must have your evidence to prove, to authenticate that indeed Avi is a criminal. But on the 10th, to not provide some of those prima facie, definitely you fulfill your time, comrades. So when you come to this forum, you must be able to provide information of factuality. Moving forward, we know that this place here, when you come here, you don't just say things and you allow things to flow. That some of you will be observing that you will speak here and in front of another say you leave. It's not creating any good sound for us here. As an intellectual, we say that you must have the fortitude. You must have the tenacity to also be able to listen, to rebuttal of your comments. If you counter the speaker on stage, sometimes you listen so that the speaker on stage can also give you a rebuttal. Based on his rebuttal, definitely you can grow and correct some of your mistakes. But to just leave the forum after you shall have spoken, it's not creating fine. We're taking note of those of you who normally do that. And the time we're not taking here, when we come, we get guests, and we're not taking here. And you finish speaking here, even though we do not seek your liberty here, we are allowed to go. But when you come here to discuss, once you always in that habit, we're not allowing you here. For the behalf of the institution, we want to say to the speaker, thank you ever so much for coming. We are seriously challenged. We know fully well that FOBEL do not sustain without the issues of programming. As you are aware, or might be aware, that FOBEL is about to leave this particular place. We have at least a year to live from here. We have a memorandum of understanding of the landlady. We will be leaving from here anytime soon. And we have subdued a spot of land through the government of Liberia and the township of Ghana's. And we are about to see how best we can build a new headquarters of FOBEL. So when we have guests, we know fully well that the CDC-COP that is in cahoots with the regime that just left. We know that there's one way the order is liquidated, one way. And their minimal contribution is also paramount to the sustainability of our program and our upcoming project. So we hope that you look forward as it relates to some of those things. So in order to conclude conclusively, you got conclusion and meant to be concluded. I want to say to you once again, thank you for coming. We'd love to have you here any given time for the Massaquoi to provide information relative to the discussion. But this hall, as I conclude, this hall, it is an intellectual chemistry laboratory. Yeah, we disagree, we have mixture of political figures. And everybody will not agree to one thing. Thank you ever so much. The leader just say thank you for coming. We appreciate your interaction for coming. And the high table. Thank you ever so much.
So thank you. That was one of the Secretary General of the Foundation of Better Life. So Mr. Speaker,
Thank you for all of your comments, questions, suggestions, and advices. I'm so very grateful to the leadership, but I want to end on this note. The sentiment and the view of our brother while making his comment is my conclusion. Thousands of Liberians, millions of them, who are supporters of the CDC and the opposition community, they are angry with President Weah, former President Weah, as our brother was. While President Weah created an inclusive government. Yeah, they were angry. They are very angry. There are thousands of, many of other citizens who didn't benefit from their own government. It's true. And us others were incorporated. So I say to you, that is the judge we are chose to follow and support. For him, it is on the basis and address for every one of us. The reason why you are angry with George Weah because you believe that President Bucky has said there is a local government where only United Parties are allowed to work. We want him political government, so you want to see no. George Weah will never be a Joseph Bucky, and he will not be that evil and wicked. That's George Weah. He will never change. He will run a government for the people and by the people. But the frustration and sentiment in the country is high. The rape, the killing, the sodomy, the mysterious death, the bastardization of the Constitution, the disregard for the rule of law, the hunger, the lack of employment, the inequality, the vision. All Liberians are victims of this. Even the United Party for the victim of it. But let me just say this to you. The current opposition is extremely weak. The current opposition are comprised of CDC, the ANC, and the CMC. They are extremely weak. They are weak and they are participating, they are facilitating the suffering of the Liberian people by doing nothing. You cannot only be opposition to unveil yourself during election time. When you are in opposition, you must stand with the people when their houses have been demolished unlawfully. You must stand with the people when women and girls have been raped and sodomized. You must stand with the people when the Constitution has been bastardized and violated. The weakness of the current opposition and ineffectiveness, I say this to you. I say this to you very clear on a because manner. If election were conducted here today, the opposition will win the election with 1 million vote margin. But guess what? President Bucky will not get the opposition the election. He will not give power to the current opposition because they are weak. They are extremely weak. You know why? The president said he cannot respect the Constitution of Liberia. And when you win election, they will say go to court. What kind of court you are going to? Are you going to a court where the Chief Justice, Justice President, is a violator of the Constitution of Liberia and the judicial penal law that says for a magistrate to be given job, he should go to a judiciary training program. That Chief Justice appointed his son. That is the Chief Justice you're going to. The Chief Justice that violated the Lugar in the legal framework of our country that says a man cannot be judged in a own case. The legal principle of natural justice, they say a man cannot be judged in a own case, a man cannot be condemned without being here. There's a chief justice who violated the law by being a judge, a witness in a case. You cannot go to the court. So meaning Wagner intends to stick the elections, the opposition cannot be weak. But fellow Liberia, it's not about the opposition. The way they're suffering in the country is not about George Weah anymore. It's not about Zenzan Kumis. It's about you, the honorary people. That is why we say to you, George Weah will not change. That man is a good man. You bring bias and he believes the country for every one of us. So, the elections in 2029, we do not need George Weah permission to take United Party from power. You must be motivated by your peace. You must be motivated by the abuse and the lies that they told you. It should be an election where you must come out. The people, you the ordinary people, we are waiting to work with you in the CDC-COP to start moving from doors to doors, from community to community, holding our government accountable. When you going past trash can, a job I can pass trash can. When you going past bread, a job I can feed it. No. When your children don't have school feed, a job we are no. So the politics must be about you. We the ordinary people must stop waiting for the political people. Political people will come around when they see us out there. So I'd like to say this to you. We must start to be our brother's keeper. We must start to send the message across. This government is extremely vindictive. They are consolidating power. That is why they are killing. That is why they are very insensitive. That is why they think they can abuse you with yellow machine. Are we the same people that said that yellow machine you were in yesterday? Are we the same people that condemn the first of Eka 14 military hospital? Are we the same people that tell you that development can do nothing for you? When CDC constructed a higher road in the country, so that today you think you can use yellow machine to abuse the people? People, horses have been broken down to nothing in Satan. You say that yellow machine will feed them and send their children to school? You must be joking. That is the magnitude of insult. That is the magnified madness. You have the whole lawmaker, all of them wearing in yellow suit. That is magnified madness. It is shame. It is a disgrace. So you must get angry. You the other people will get angry. Political people will not do that for you. You must do it for yourself. We, the CDC-COP, have presented ourselves as a patriotic vehicle to work with you. We must start to hold the government accountable. Your political leader will not do it for you. Because they will continue to sit and wait and say, no, I've always said it and I'll say this before I close. You do not wait for elections to provide corrections to constitutional violations. Article 1 of our constitution is clear. It says all power is inherent in the people. The people have the will to alter, to bring down, to diminish the government for their happiness. You all stop waiting for political people. When Wagner they were lying to you. When you are suffering, it's you that feel the suffering. Let us rise up. Together we protect and redeem this country. Thank you very much.